back to here with another episode of Broken Heart of Hearthstone. So today we starting doing unusual cards, but before I start, there's one thing which I wanna mention, which I actually speak in previous episode, and that is this thing. I actually check YouTube and find out what's the better for Guardian, that's Storm Guardian. What card is this? And let me tell you, it is pretty ridiculously overpowered. Because it's a card which, just like this one, costs 5 mana, but it has stats 10, 10, and down, which I think is pretty ridiculous. Because, I mean, if you realize this card is like added into your deck, so you don't know where you give it, that is basically this delay, but at the same time, it's pretty much really unpredictable. But if you get it, then it's like ridiculously overpowered. I mean, it should be probably better than average, but 10 is way too much for me. So this card by itself, it's not overpowered, but the Storm Guardian definitely is. Give me a sec. I need to do a little small thing before I progress. My cat, and she will be loud because she actually really able to go here and back. Okay, so that is about this card. So let's start with the actual thing, and let's start with the neutral card. So we have this thing, which okay, this I really don't get what's the point of this card. It has decent stats, but restored for health both lives. Why? This doesn't seem to be too useful to me. Then this card is pretty much okay. Pirates, okay, pirates are. I'm not a fan of pirates. They don't seem to be more overpowered than other class-specific strategies, but yeah. Then we have this thing. Uh, this card is not overpowered. It's actually really weak, and but it definitely is broken because, as I said before, broken and overpowered it's not the same thing. Like many cards which I classified as broken are usually broken because they are overpowered, but sometimes they are broken for different reasons, and this one is one of them. So basically, after this card die, it's shuffled in a 0 point deck. I really don't get it. I have no idea why anybody should want to play this card. I cannot see the point. Like, why? I don't think this is useful for anything. I mean, if this card be like, I don't know, like give you like bunch of these cards, so they really don't do anything, just to like make sure your deck is forced. I really can't see point of this card. I have no idea why this card is even like epic, because this card really doesn't be this card is pretty much useless. I mean, you can play some cards which cost 0 crystals. They are easy to make, and they do basically the same thing. I don't get this card. Like this card is broken as hell because it's absolutely and completely useless. I really can't see any sort of like important interaction. I have no idea why anybody wanna play this card. I don't see any like use for this card. It's just really bad card. Then we have Murlocs. Okay, I think I said before Murlocs are in general broken. Nothing more to say about that. So you think this card is broken, but not necessarily. Not This card is not necessarily broken. Just a little unpredictable because you can play a card with really high stats, but for price your opponent summons a random minion from their hand. Like, think about it for a second. What if somebody summoned, for example, Deadwing or Ragnaros in the second turn? Then you have like really, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad card, but it is really risky. Unless you get this card really in early, because most of the time people trying like having some lower card in their hand when they start the game, so there's chance there's most likely like lower card. The card is useful against specific strategies such as Murlocs, because if somebody play Murlocs, then you have like really high chance he had nothing but a Murlocs in his hand. And in this situation, you can get like card which is really good against Murlocs. But other than that, I don't see it. It seems to be a little risky. And on top of that, you really don't have no idea what cards your opponent have. So I don't think this card is like anything special. Then this is nothing special. Moving to two crystals. And that's pretty much it. Right? Okay, that was fast. Um, so what did I discover? 101 card. That's nothing special. Okay, that was fast. So I guess next time. Wait, did we have some zero cards? Zero cards? No, we don't. We have only one, which I already talked about, and two I talked as well. So yeah, that was short. So I think it probably be like this in the next time. But I don't want to do like two values, more than two values. That is meaning that we can have a short video. Maybe there will be more to talk. Then we have this thing. I actually don't talk about this. This card is slightly, slightly overpowered, but not really, because for some reason game is really generous, more generous with the healing than with damaging. And there's another example of that. I mentioned this few times. So other than that, well, I'm actually back. Oh, no, I don't think it's too much overpowered. Like if you show me this card like few years sooner, then I would say yes, it's overpowered. But for today's standard, it's actually not that bad. So yeah, that was one and two crystals. So we will continue next time with three and four. This was a really short episode, and I have a feeling like it will be the same the next time. So, yeah, thanks for your time. I will see you later. Maybe later I can like combine like three or more. I don't know. Yeah, so we are done. That was short.